This is a Silk exclusive.
Welcome to another episode of Words, Music, Dance. I'm your host as always, Paulie the Bull. And the returning guest who hasn't been here in a while, the homie Jared, is back.
I'm back, baby.
Welcome.
Yes,
Been a minute.
It has been a minute.
How you been?
I've been feeling good, brother.
Okay. I mean, it's been all summer pretty much. I don't think.
Dear summer, I know you gonna miss me.
Okay. Right. But how was your summer? What
it was great, man. I had a great summer. Been working hard.
Right. Did a little traveling. You've been out here.
Traveling.
Been out here in these
shout
streets.
Out to my homies. Shout out to my homies in Chicago.
Right. The Shy.
Shout out to my homies in the Shy. Look at me, I got a name drop. How you know my name drop? Shout out to my homegirl Tanisha. You've been a big homie. I love you, Def. Making new friends. I've been a tour guide recently. Shout out to my friend, a new friend, Audrey, Chicago. Been tour guiding too. So I've been trying to get my little thing, popped off.
Right.
Trying to get this tour guiding thing up.
That's what's up.
So I had to start somewhere. Start small.
All out in the city and stuff like you know everything around here.
I just know what I know.
They got apps for that.
That's what you.
They got apps for that.
But yeah, I've been hard. Had a good summer. I mean, I've seen you still progressing.
I mean, we out here. Still doing things. You know what I'm saying? Episode 34.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But the last time you and I talked, we was in your backyard.
Yeah.
That was that when we was in the in Wakanda.
Yeah.
With all the bugs and stuff flying around.
It wasn't my backyard.
Right, it was in Wakanda with all the the bugs and things, and that was like the beginning of the summer, I think.
Yes, it was.
Matter of fact. So I mean, a lot has happened.
It wasn't even officially summer at the time. It was still spring.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Late
Probably.
Late May.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot has happened since then. I mean, you've seen a couple episodes.
Yes.
You've seen what we talked about.
Yes.
I mean, Kanye's staying in the news and stuff, but we'll talk about him later. I don't want to talk about him right now because he's been a recurring topic all year. From tweeting and things like that. But we'll come back to him.
Relevant.
Yeah, staying relevant, right? Trolling and such. A lot of music has dropped.
Yes.
I mean, since we've last spoke, what I'm saying, Eminem dropped his album.
Kamikaze.
What else? Since then, Kamikaze itself brought a lot of conversations.
It brought 2 MGK disses.
Two? He had two?
He had 2. Because after M had Killshot, MGK came back with something else. But then Eminem came with something else after that too.
Okay, I didn't hear that. So
it wasn't as better as
okay, all right. Because originally when Killshot dropped, I didn't even want to hear that.
Right.
Some people told me, forced me to listen to it. I listened to it. I was like, okay, it's not bad. I don't like it. I can say,
it wasn't as hard as this record.
He was smart enough to release an EP.
Right.
It charted. I don't remember what it hit on the charts, whatever. Don't care. But it charted.
Right.
So that was a smart move on him because he was on the Breakfast Club. He said that he did that without really Diddy's consent. Because he's on Bad Boy. Mm-hmm. That was a him move. So if that's true, that was a smart move on his part to capitalize on the moment. M did one interview that was broken up into multiple parts, with Sway.
I don't agree with that interview. You can't have a bias. You're not gonna have a biased interview, if the man's in house.
Right. Someone you employ.
He's on Shade 45. What's Shade 45? Eminem Station.
Go to Charlemagne. Go to Angie. Go to Big Boy's neighborhood.
Go to Wendy. Go to William Williams.
Somewhere.
Wendell.
What I'm saying, somewhere. But he, because he might feel like Charlemagne, or he doesn't like Charlemagne, so he won't do Charlemagne. He probably got beef with Wendy Williams too. So
Wendell.
Who's Wendell?
Williams.
Is it Wendell Williams?
I don't think that. I still say Wendy's.
Whole nother conversations. I'm not going there. But it's just like go somewhere unbiased. What else dropped? So Carter 5 finally came out.
Wait, I would love to see Eminem on the Joe Budden podcast.
That's not happening. we won't even see. We haven't seen Crooked Eye. We haven't seen Royce. We haven't seen So that's not happening.
I mean, but Crook has been on IG.
Yeah, but he's been on his right because he got his own podcast called Crook's Corner. Right. He does IG Live often. Pretty much doing the after show to Joe's podcast.
Right.
So, he comments. So he's a faithful listener, I guess.
Yeah.
That's just that situation is personal.
Right.
But no one is really going into detail. So,
but Joe said it best. Like all those other cats, and y'all talked about it too. Like all those other cats have had personal ties to either M or a team around M. Mm-hmm. Dre, M personally.
Right, Crook was signed to Death Row.
That should.
Joel Ortiz was signed to Aftermath.
Right, which is M.
And Royce is friends with M, and they were friends, had fallen out, now they're cool again.
Right, Batman's Evil Day, like everybody, like Royce probably had the better bringing at a slaughterhouse than everybody else.
I mean, the biggest thing is Royce is in the middle of it.
Right.
But I feel like he's already shown he's chosen M's side.
Yes.
Which I can't. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I can't say there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like I said, that whole situation is very personal. So even when Eminem throws shots at Joe, I don't think M really gets the big picture of it all.
He doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? Which is part of Joe's point.
It's the maker superstar.
Yeah, it's part of Joe's point. It's like he's oblivious to what's really going on.
Yeah. And
that's why I feel like Joe can't really reply in a song because one, he's retired, he's not rapping.
Right.
Two, Joe would have to go through this whole thing, and people are gonna say it's boring, whatever. Where M can just say slick lines and that be that, and it's M killed them. It's like no, but there's a bigger issue to this whole narrative that. And is the problem.
Goes to Joe's point.
Right.
He's the greatest rhymer, but lyrically he's not.
Right. I mean, he's technical, he's skilled.
Yeah, I'm not going to say
he's that dude in the basketball court that has crazy handles, slick with it. He can do the behind the back passes, all that smooth stuff, right. But jump shot ain't happening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's that guy. But, I mean, speaking of dissing Joe, recently, Cyhi the Prince has a new freestyle.
You wanna know what I just thought about? I think that I should have been in slaughterhouse. Leave you with a real vibe trying to clown me. Boy, I knocked the legs off a cow just to ground beef. So call backpack and smack and tell them set it up. And anyone who bring a half a meal, we can bet it up. Blah.
And he did the song, and then he also said, I would kill Joe Budden's music career, which is already over, and his podcast career. Which, how you gonna do that?
I doubt that.
By them battling face to face for $500,000.
That's not gonna happen.
So, talk to me. What do you think about that?
And it sucks because I love Cyhi.
Love him too.
And I love Cyhi.
I love Cyhi. Look, you love Cyhi. I love Cyhi.
As you put me on
Joe loves Cyhi. That's the crazy thing about it.
Which makes that even better of a battle because I respect you enough and I would respect you to actually do this. If Joe were to do it, I doubt it.
Right.
He's not gonna.
And I put a lot of people on the Cyhi.
Right.
You're welcome. But I think he's nice. I think he combines both.
Yes.
To Joe's point of content versus the lyrical ability. I think he combines both. He slept on because of
push on the Kanye's wing.
Right. The Kanye because we finally had his debut album last year after years of mixtapes, Kanye features, and helping Kanye's albums. He's done a bunch of freestyles on Sway. He's been everywhere, so the name is known. He just got his debut album out. It was funny because when Kanye did his rollout of 7-track albums, he tweeted out, "Your Minds is coming next. My 7-track album's we just finishing up now."
Right.
And fast forward, we got no album from him, but Kanye bought him a Bentley truck or something like that.
Yes.
So you got a little hush gift. You got a little.
I think you're trying to fuck up.
Yeah, but what do you think about him issuing that challenge to Joe?
I think Cyhi, honestly, I think Cyhi respects the shit out of Joe Budden. He wants him to not stop rapping. I really think that. I think. Remember when Joe said he's not going to get out of bed to make a thing out of Eminem shit for just 2 bars, two measly bars. I think Cyhi's like, well, okay, well, fuck that. He respects me. I respect him.
Okay.
So let me get at him. So maybe we can have a mutual battle, whatever, and try to
get him back into the flow.
Get him back in the game. Okay. I think.
So then Cyhi might be onto something. So I agree.
I think he might be on something.
If that's what he's saying, then yes, I agree. Get him making that.
Like, because I'm not saying Joe needs the money, but I'm putting $500K up. Let's do something like put your balls in your mouth, in your money where your mouth is.
Right.
So
quick question: do you think Cyhi has
$500K?
Not just $500K, but $500K of
to give out
gambling money. Like, think about bets you've made.
Lord,
think about when you made the bet and how much you had. Do you think Cyhi has $500K of just residual, disposable income to say, I'll bet it, and if I lose it, damn, I lost the bet? Do you think he has that?
I don't think anybody. Well, there's people who probably do have that.
Yeah. I mean, Jay-Z could make a $500,000 bet. Mayweather could make a $500,000 bet.
Easy.
But can Cyhi make a $500,000 bet?
I don't think Cyhi or Joe can make a $500,000 bet.
Right.
It'll be in installments.
Unless Cyhi's getting some good money, good music,
rolling checks.
If he gonna put up some, if he got stock options or something, you know what I'm saying?
If he saw that Bentley truck.
What's that going for? Because that's new. I think that's brand new. So yeah, if he gonna put that up,
if he ain't got no miles on that shit, that's at least 300 right there.
Right. So, because that's the first. When I heard that, I was like, do you even have that? Because I guarantee he's a millionaire.
Right.
Yes. But we talking about $500,000 right off the bat.
We talking about half of your worth right now.
Right. Let's say he's worth $2 million. We talking about a quarter of your income? No.
Nah.
No. Nobody's betting. If someone makes $40K a year, they're not betting 10. Right. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's betting. So again, I don't know how much Cyhi is worth.
Right.
But I don't think he has $500K to gamble with.
Right. I mean,
nah. To gamble, he could spend it on something. He could buy something. Because he can write it off on taxes as part of his. He's a rapper. I need this, this chain for such and such. Cool.
Right.
But to just gamble it,
no,
I don't think so.
No.
To me, everything that Joe said about Cyhi is, well, one, he said it to his face.
Right.
So Cyhi tries to use the narrative of, he said it on his podcast, or he said it on, because I think somebody asked him, like, well, why didn't you call him out when he was rapping?
Right.
And he said, well, Joe wasn't a hater then. And again, you could take it as hate, but one, he said it to your face. Yeah. Two, he said what everyone feels.
Right.
We feel like Kanye is hindering your career.
Just like Joe says M has hindered Slaughterhouse.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the star being the head of a label isn't a good thing. No. Look at Tiana Taylor's album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She came out and said it openly. I made songs, and the listening party was the first time I heard my album. Because when I heard it, I was like, wait, what's that?
That's not.
Where's this song?
Right.
Where's that part of the song? Well, you mean you didn't clear the sample? Well, then clear it. Oh, we can't. So which is certain things that Joe said about M, on their album.
Before M there was beats.
Right.
After M, they shut down.
So if you're gonna say Cyhi, now again, Cyhi said his issues was Def Jam, or it wasn't good music specifically. But fine, you explain that to Joe.
Right.
But Joe is still telling you, as a fan's point of view, we blaming Kanye.
Yeah.
Whether we're right or wrong, we don't know. Like I said, when it comes to M and Joe, there's personal stuff that even Joe might be oblivious to.
Because even it might not be shady, but it's damn sure in scope because you're signed to the big label.
So that's what happens when a fan's point of view, and Joe came to him from a fan's point of view.
Yeah.
you took it as hate, but it's like, yo, I'm saying the same thing.
Yep.
Where's your album? I've been saying that. Where's the album? I was glad the album came out, but I've been begging for it. I'm like, yo, we keep hearing a mixtape here, we keep hearing a verse here, we keep a freestyle. Like, yo, when is this dude gonna put out a body of work that I can say, look, I told you that's my man. I rock with him. Like, this is it. I told you. You know what I'm saying? Finally got it, but it's like, yo. Again, same thing with Slaughterhouse. When the second album never came out, I was blaming him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Until we got further clarity, I'm still blaming him. Yep. But you know what I'm saying? But from a fan's perspective, we only know what we know and can assume the rest.
I still blame. I still do.
But even with the further information with Slaughterhouse, it's like I blame M now for other reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I blame Joe too. It's not like Joe was an angel in the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But again, there's a lot more to it that we don't know still. But same thing with Kanye and Cyhi.
Right.
His album came out last year. Now we're in the era of people just dropping albums.
Whenever.
So what are you waiting for?
Right.
You said just 7 tracks was coming from Kanye. Kanye told you no, or hold on, or whatever.
Right.
If you had them done, leak them.
That's what I'm saying.
Or if you got some other songs ready, drop them.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? But you're hindered because of your label or something.
I think
you can't blame
the Cyhi got an album coming. It's supposed to have an album coming up this month. I think it's supposed to.
He also got 7 tracks coming this month. So I mean, months ago. So again, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what's the issue? Because when he was on, I think he was on Everyday Struggle. He said it wasn't Kanye, it was
the label.
So he was saying he was going through label issues, whatever. Fine, you're signed now.
Right.
What are you waiting for? Where's the album out? What's stopping you now?
Right.
So if you calling Joe a hater, why don't you explain to us what's going on? Or and again, I don't want to come off like I'm defending Joe. However, everyone picks pieces of what he says and then runs off on a tangent and says this is what he said. He's a hater.
Right.
But if you listen to his whole discussions that he says, he makes valid points that a lot of fans will agree with. It's not just Joe fans saying that. It's Cyhi fans. It's Slaughterhouse fans.
And we're fans.
You know what I'm saying? And he's coming from a fan's point of view when he says that. He may have more industry knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to these specific people, he doesn't have their specific contract knowledge. So he's still saying, I want Cyhi music.
Yep.
We haven't even, everybody's been dropped. We got so many albums this year.
Yeah.
Eminem dropped 2 albums in 10 months. Like what, that came out October, then like what, August?
Yeah.
Was Kamikaze from Revival? You know what I'm saying? We got Carter 5 came out. Like, we didn't think that was ever coming out.
Yeah, ever.
You know what I mean?
What was that under? Is that because
Carter 5? He's strictly Young Money now. He's not even on Cash Money no more. Whatever the agreement was with the lawsuit, again, we haven't seen the specifics of that.
Right.
But all we do know is he is Young Money.
Right.
That's just him. So Baby gets no money from that. Cash Money only has Young Thug now and Tiger suing them, and you know what I'm saying? But again, that's more label stuff that we don't know as fans.
Right.
What was holding back Carter 5? We don't know. All we know was he won a lawsuit, and now it's out.
Right.
So we blaming Birdman. That's what we do. We blame the label head.
Yeah. Because someone has to.
Do you not see a common denominator to all of these things?
To be the fall guy.
Yes.
That is the person who's in charge.
There is a common denominator to all of these issues. When the fans are yelling for an artist to come out, we look at who runs that label. It's his fault. Until we get further information, we're blaming you. So we're blaming him. We're blaming Kanye. We're blaming Birdman. We're blaming, whoever.
Right.
That's how it goes. So again, for him to call, Joe a hater. I think Joe made comment about Cyhi defending Kanye. Yeah. Because again, what's his name? Chance tried to defend Kanye.
Right.
Then he pulled back like, hold on. He was smart to do that. John Legend challenged Kanye.
Right.
T.I. challenged Kanye.
And they were associated with, they were good friends with him.
You are defending him.
Yeah.
So if you're getting called out for defending him, It's not hate. We're saying, why are you defending him?
Right. Unless your ideals are in line with
you agree with exactly.
But if your ideals aren't in line with his ideals, then you're just doing it because you're basically going to be the new Memphis Bleak.
Right.
That's what you're going to be.
And you'll be one hit away your whole career because he promised you 7 tracks. You got a Bentley truck instead. So yeah, which we all know. Labels giving their artists a car is the easy tax write-off cop-out for money they owe you or something they owe you that they're going to just give you some shut up, here's shut up, take this, here's these keys. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Suge did it.
Yeah.
They were doing it back in Motown and all that. Here's a Cadillac.
Right.
Shut up. But where's shut up.
The Temptations got,
you know what I mean?
They got paid off.
Well, TLC got a RAV4.
Oh, now you want to talk about it. They got a Corolla.
At least he got something luxurious.
You know the market value from the 90s to 2018.
Right. Yeah, because I mean TLC they just got I think it was a RAV4. Then they all got RAV4s, different colors. Here you go.
That's terrible, man.
Yeah. So at least he got a luxury vehicle. So we could definitely say that, you know. That was, you know, his little shut up money.
Yeah.
But I mean, because again, the narrative that we look as fans, not knowing, you know, we looking at it as Kanye owed you, or he's glad you sticking by him with all his BS. He threw you some car keys. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
You looking like a sucker.
Yeah.
Don't call it hate. Explain the situation.
You know what's funny? A lot of artists feel Joe is a hater. You know? But Joe is a tough critic. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. Joe is a tough critic.
And that's the thing. It's like, I really don't know what point stuck out to Cyhi that Joe said specifically.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to cover from what I remember. You know, I haven't kept up with all of the podcasts, you know, because I got my own. But it's like from what I heard when he was on Everyday Struggle and stuff like that. And again, Cyhi even came to the show and explained it. And Joe was like, "Oh, all right." You know, he was like, labels, Def Jam, Sony, da-da-da. Oh, okay.
Right.
I got it now.
Which Joe can understand because he had
exactly. So again, from a fan's perspective, he had felt one way till you explained it. He was like, "I know what you're talking about because I've been there."
Right.
Problem solved. Now the next issue became this man wearing the MAGA hat, you defending it, da 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 da. He speaks to that. Now he's a hater. Come on. I need some context to what your beef is with him. Then you saying I should have been in Slaughterhouse, whatever. So you're trying to piggyback on the current mood or trend to this Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, M says some stuff. Migos did some before. Let me jump on that wave. So a lot of stuff looks very trendy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Ride the wave.
Ride the wave of dissing Joe Budden because he's not gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
But there's only but so much time you can poke a bear.
Well, I'm hoping he rap again. I mean, keep poking to him. Somebody gonna do it. Somebody gonna do it. But again, I'm torn because I want him to rap again. But if he's rusty, I hope he practicing in front of the mirror. Sid, what you think of this? Hey, babe, what you think of this? Like,
get that movement.
Because if he come, right, he better listen to his old catalog. Get back. Are you in that mood yet?
Right.
Get back in that mood because I don't want to
see. Cause we want to see Jordan when he came back for the second three-piece, not Jordan when he came back to the Wizards.
The 45, not the Wizards, not the blue color, the 45 at least. You know what I'm saying? Because even though Jordan on the Wizards was alright,
but he wasn't Jordan. He wasn't 23.
He didn't make the playoffs. Like they didn't make the playoffs. Right? He made the playoffs every time in red. In blue, he missed the playoffs twice. So yeah, we at least want you to make the playoffs. You know, playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
Cyhi is no pushover.
No, he's not.
Eminem's no pushover. You gotta be honest.
No.
Eminem's no pushover. Again,
M is not a pushover. It's crazy because Joe's had a better decade than Cyhi too.
Well, Cyhi only got one album.
That's what I'm saying.
We can mention the mixtapes. We can mention his verses, features and verses.
Cyhi got some dope features and verses.
I mean, the Black History Project I loved. I like part 1, not part 2. Features and verses. What was the last decade? Was My Dark Twisted Fantasy? Because he had the So Appalled verse.
Yeah, So Appalled. He had the Crystals of Harlem.
Was that within 10 years?
That was because we went to Chicago. That was 2009.
09. That was 10? 2010?
Yeah, 10.
Okay, so that makes the cut. All right, so
That's still been 8 years.
I mean, so me and Kev had that conversation last episode, and at first Kev was like, no, and then and again, I haven't really delved into it and looked at track for track and
Right.
but I mean, and I may be biased because I'm a Joe Budden fan, but I'm a big Cyhi fan as well.
Right.
And again, Cyhi, if anyone could do it, Cyhi could take Joe down. And if we look, track for track, Cyhi may have, been better. He just didn't have as much as Joe.
Right.
So that's where it comes into how much, because it's
That's
like,
why Joe's had a better decade.
you're right, because in the last 10 years, he probably got about 7, 8, 9, 10
Right.
bodies of work, mixtapes, albums, what have you, where Cyhi might have had about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I'm going track to track and then I'm done, and I still got more tracks to
Then by
it's
default,
the Energizer Bunny. Keep going and going and going. It's like, all right.
and it's not even by default because it's just really the quality of the work.
Right. Because again, if Cyhi has, and the thing is, that's a better, fairer comparison because both of them don't have a huge fan base.
Right.
Which is funny. I'm one of the biggest fans of both sides.
Ironic, huh?
Y'all welcome. I put people on the Joe. I put people on the Cyhi. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to both, and I would love to. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to hear that battle though.
Because it would be. But again, I don't. And what Joe would probably say is that Cyhi is not battle tested. Cyhi would probably be comical. Now, the funny thing about it all is Joe is more famous now as a podcaster than he's ever been as a rapper.
Yes.
So now if he jumped back in the ring, and that's the bad thing about
scope is going to be under.
But the funny thing about battles and beefs and diss tracks is the fan base is part of the win and loss.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, Joe would have the leverage over Cyhi because of fan base, but he's already lost against Eminem.
Which,
you know what I'm saying? Without even saying a word. So it's like that would be slightly fairer, but like I said, a lot of people don't even know who Cyhi is. You know what I'm saying? So
like the
and I'm not hating.
Like the battle, like the battle Joe had.
Which one? Hollow?
Yeah.
Or Total Slaughter?
Yeah, Total Slaughter.
Yeah, when they hollowed down.
Yeah, because they're familiar more with the, with the other, the battle rapper. Mm-hmm. But Joe was out barring the dude.
Yeah, Joe just didn't take it serious. That one kind of pissed me off because I wanted Joe to win that too. I think Joe could have, Joe wasn't in that mood. Right. No pun intended. But Joe was laughing. You can watch it. He's giggling, and he was cocky.
Right.
And that's the problem. Joe is better as the underdog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Joe's went up against Jay-Z, 50 in the G Unit. Like, he's better as I'ma just spaz out because nobody. He's that that little dog that's barking at the big dog. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when he stepped into the arena against Hollow, even though it was Hollow's home court advantage, but it was called Total Slaughter. It was his people's show. It was his production, and he's like, well, I'm the bigger rapper than you, cause it's kind
of like when an NBA player goes against a street baller.
Street baller, right? Exactly. This is your court. We playing street rules. There's no ref. Right. However, I'm known, so the crowd's gonna just cheer for me automatically. And he thought, and that's what backfired. Because when they weren't cheering, he was like, put his mic down. I'll wait for y'all. And it was like, dude, don't do that. you forfeit. That's you put your mic down. You never put your weapon down in war.
Yep.
So he blew that. But listen, Cyhi, I don't think he got $500K to throw away.
Me either.
Not to say you're gonna win or lose, but when you bet, when you gamble, you gotta have that plus. You know what I'm saying?
That's the kind of shit that your girl will bring like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
You did motherfucking what?
And it doesn't look good, Kanye buying you a Bentley truck.
No. That's a payoff.
We didn't get the 7 tracks from you, so it seemed again.
7, we'll get 14, we'll get 21. Don't matter.
We didn't get one song. Like you wasn't featured on nobody's joints.
And I followed dude on IG. Like I hear his verses on IG. What nigga with a song at?
So Kanye seems to be too busy for you, but he said here's a Bentley.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kanye might have tried to do something for Tiana, and she was like, no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's how she is.
On my album.
So, because she was there on Saturday Night Live, so, you know, he probably said, all right, I'm going to let you perform, because I think she performed a song that wasn't on the album, something like that. So he's still trying to make it up to her too, but she's like, I want my music out. I want my music heard.
Right.
You know, I want my music heard. And I said that from jump. I was like, of the 7-track rollout thing, she suffers the most.
Yeah.
Pusha T already has a fan base.
Yeah.
Nas already has a fan base.
And
Kanye already has a fan base.
Which is on tour.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Tiana only had one album before this. Her second album can't be a gimmick.
Right.
She still needs people to know because now she's known as Iman's wife. So you know,
it's like she know about her body more.
Right, she's the Chicken to Fade video.
Right.
People need to know she can sing, so she needs a full body of work.
Yep.
Slow song, fast song, up tempo, ballads. You know, feature a rapper, throw some Jada Kiss on there. She needs a full body, right? You giving her 7 songs, and it's like that's not enough for people to be like, okay, I'm a Tiana fan now. And again, she has a fan base,
right?
But she shouldn't be a part of a gimmicky, rollouty thing that Kanye was playing around with. You can do that with established artists.
And right now, she kind of faded black as LMI. It's like blowing the fuck up.
You know what I'm saying? Because she only got 7 songs to. She can't do a full tour with that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? She can only do the smaller. She was on, what was that, Jeremiah's tour, and then got him up out of there. So it became her tour. But it's like she's not doing the Garden or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And again, Kanye's not having a good music tour. That fine, he could headline, but she can be there and do her 7 plus some other joints that, you know what I'm saying, like put them out there.
Because at the best case scenario for that is she can perform it at a show and people are gonna think, oh, it's a new song. No, it's a song that should have been on my album.
So I don't know, man. It's just, but look, we on the topic of Kanye. Let's just go with it.
Fuck it.
Kanye again is in the news.
Yeah, again.
So he told us that he was going to release an album. Yandi was supposed to come out Friday.
Also, Watch the Throne too.
Well, yeah, he announced Throne 2. We're not even going because I don't think Jay-Z was aware of that.
He never said with Jay-Z though.
And again, and if he didn't, then we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear Watch the Throne 2 with Kanye and Cyhi.
Okay, this is gonna be like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when you had 2 different FMs.
Right. Because again, no disrespect to Cyhi or anybody else who played rap with, you ain't Jay-Z.
Right.
So what throne are you talking
original.
about? Right. The throne, that was their name. The same way he did, what was it, Kid See Ghosts?
Yeah.
With Kid Cudi. That was the name of their group.
Right. You can't do Kid See Ghosts 2 with freaking Lupe Fiasco.
Like Eminem and Royce is Bad Meets Evil. You know what I'm saying? When the group is formed, Prime is Royce and DJ Premier.
Right.
When a group is formed and they make their own thing, that's the entity.
Yeah,
that's what it is. So we think of Throne, the Throne. We think of Jay-Z and Kanye.
Yeah, right.
So when he announced Throne 2, as soon as we looked at Jay.
So you know about this?
And Jay never said a word. Jay didn't retweet it. Jay didn't.
He didn't like it.
You know what I'm saying? Like so.
He didn't retweet it.
We didn't see Jay in the studio. He's still on tour with his wife. So we like, all right, I'm not interested in it. If Jay ain't talking about it too, if Tata, Emery, and none of them agreed or said retweeted.
Not even Blue.
You know what I mean?
Not even Blue said.
So we're not looking for Throne 2. Then he announced Yandi.
Yeah.
He said it was coming out Friday.
Yeah.
Then he said, okay, I'm gonna push it to Saturday because I'm gonna come number 2 to my brother Wayne, Carter 5. So he gave him Friday, whatever. Saturday came again, nothing. Saturday night, Kanye was on SNL.
Right.
Ariana Grande pulled out because obviously she's still dealing with the Mac Miller passing. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. she's not really going to, be in public and do things right now, which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? They weren't together at the time, but they had a relationship.
Right.
She said they were still friends. It's still, nobody wants to see nobody die.
Right.
Kanye was like, ooh, I'll do it, or whatever. SNL and Kanye have a history of not really being, cordial, but they let him do it. They let him do an episode a couple seasons ago. Yeah. He was on there after they made amends because they did a joke he didn't like or something, whatever.
Well, he's sensitive shit.
Yeah. So they let him on before, so they're getting fine. Season premiere of SNL.
Number 41.
They call up Kanye. He's there. He performed
3 songs, didn't it?
Well, he did this. I don't remember. All I remember is 2 things that stood out. He did the song with Little Pump, and they dressed up as water bottles. Did you see that?
I did not even watch that.
Yeah, they were.
That's the first time I'm hearing about that one.
They were looking like they were ready for Halloween.
I'm not even surprised by this.
You heard the song though, right? You know
Yeah.
the song. The what's the song?
Yeah.
I Love It.
Yeah. It's such
Catchy
a
song.
fucking home.
And in the song, before Kanye's verse starts, he said,
When the last time you asked for sparkling or still? Why you trying to act like you was drinking sparkling water before you came out here?
they dressed up as Perrier and distilled. I think it was Dasani or no, what's the other water bottle with the flowers on it? Fiji. So they did that. Now, mind you, if you know the song, it's not something you can really perform on SNL.
I'm a sick fuck. I like my.
Yeah.
Especially in this era, me too. That's something you ain't
So they had to really edit the song up. So you're like, what song is this? So that was the first thing I saw, because I didn't watch this. I just sort of recapped the next
You're gonna
day.
get some YouTube views for me.
Yeah. Then I guess the final performance.
Oh boy.
Kanye let I think Tiana was there, Cudi was there, I think Ty Dolla $ign was there. They did some stuff, and Kanye went on his rants, which he's known to do. And
The perfect opportunity.
he said,
You see, they laughing at me. You heard them, they scream at me. They bully me. They bullied me backstage. They said, don't go out there with that hat on. They bullied me backstage. They bullied me. My Superman cape on. You can't tell me what to do.
what? Oh, God. So he did that, and then he posted a picture of him on a jet flying home wearing the Make America Great Again hat. He said, this represents good and America becoming whole again.
Yeah.
We will no longer outsource to other countries. We build factories here in America and create jobs. We will provide jobs for all who are free from prisons as we abolish the 13th Amendment. Message sent with love. So,
Oh boy.
he wants to abolish the 13th Amendment. That's what he said.
He said, I want to amend it.
So then he realized, well, I don't know if he realized or somebody told him.
I think somebody put his words in the
Maybe Cyhi called him.
Maybe Kim's like, nigga.
Kim was in the kitchen cooking, frying some food, because she makes fried chicken apparently. She makes soul food.
Allegedly.
And she was like, what? You can't do that. So then he tweeted again, the 13th Amendment is slavery in disguise, meaning it never ended. We are the solution that heals. And then he was on TMZ later and said, I misspoke. I didn't want to abolish the amendment. I wanted to amend the amendment.
He doesn't understand what 13th Amendment.
So if everyone watching is unaware, there's a documentary on Netflix called 13.
Very informational.
I believe it was Ava DuVernay.
Yes, it was. Ava DuVernay.
Produced it, or directed it, or what have you. Very, very good documentary to watch.
Explains a lot.
You'll get, and again, I don't want Kanye to take credit for this. He keeps talking about free thought and all that stuff. It's been done already.
Yes.
The documentary speaks about the amendment, and it talks about what it is, how it is, like he says, slavery in disguise.
Right.
Because yes, prisons is one of the biggest
Slavery. It's labor.
companies that privatized prisons is one of the biggest industries in America.
Like the white Michael Jordan.
Right, the white Michael Jordan, not the black Michael Jordan. The white Michael Jordan put money into it. But there's also companies under other names, because it's privately owned, that invest and put money into prisons. And it's a big deal, because when they, people, it's a joke that prisoners make, license plates and keychains and things like that.
More than you know.
Right. And they get paid pennies and coins, 10 cents and so forth. Some don't even get that.
Which that's basically indentured slavery.
Right.
You're getting paid for slavery.
You know what I'm saying? And then there's there's still a lot of prisons in the South where they're chipping rocks and things like that for nothing.
Chain gangs.
Right. So, and those days haven't ended. But again, prison under the guise of a prisoner, in jail and so forth, you become free labor. And even if they're not even working or doing anything, their head count is profit to the state and to the private owners.
The schools, to the prison pipeline. Like, we can go deep into this shit.
So there's a lot more into it. Watch 13. Because again, I'm not a politician. I'm not even going to say I'm fully aware and 100% understand everything, because we're talking about something that was written hundreds of years ago.
Right.
Written by people in a different state of mind, sort of, and a different time, sort of.
Right.
But like we've always been asking, when people say make America great again, when do they mean?
Right.
So Kanye feels wearing that hat, he's giving it a different power. No, first he said the bad energy in the hat was in the brim. So what he did was he changed the font. He fixed the brim. He made like a dad hat. He changed it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like now it's swagged out a little bit. It's Yeezy, but it still says Make America Great Again. So when America's not that old.
Right.
So from 1776 to 2018, tell me when was it great? And I'm not debating its greatness, because that's a whole other topic. People see the flag and they say America's great again. Cool. When is the period we're focusing on when we say that? That's my question.
It's all propaganda for that. Everybody has this slogan of what they want to say. That's propaganda. To say we're the greatest in the world, whatever, that's propaganda. That's like, I can tell you one thing over and over and over again, you're going to believe it.
Right.
That's just what that is.
Right. So, what's up with Kanye, though? So, I mean, going back a little bit, which we discussed as well in a previous episode, he apologized for his comments before about slavery was a choice. He said he was moving back to Chicago.
Yep, to fix Chicago.
He cried on the radio show. He said he's got a new group of people around him that's going to stop him from saying crazy stuff. And then this happens. Talk to me, what's your thoughts on the boy?
Maybe it's the Xanax. I don't know.
Well, he said he's off his meds.
Maybe it wasn't Xanax he was on. I mean, maybe he took his Xanax. It makes people racist and it makes people do crazy shit.
Roseanne Barr.
Maybe he's on Xanax now, and it makes you do some crazy shit. I don't know what the fuck going on, my boy. Man. Like, I like Kanye, man, but he makes it so hard to like you.
We all do. That's the problem.
That's the problem. It's like, I'm not afraid to admit I like Kanye. Like, I like his music. I mean, I don't know the person. Like, I can like T.I. as a rapper. I don't know the person. I love Jay-Z as a rapper. I don't know him as a person.
Right.
But Kanye does things in his personality that makes him, like, he's unique. So it's like, I can respect him being himself. However, you just don't know, really, is he himself? So what is himself?
So good question. Do you think he's trolling when he says this stuff? Do you think he means it genuinely?
I really think he believes, like the old Kevin Hart, say with your chest. I really think he says what he feels. I really think he just does it. Like the whole Taylor Swift thing, whatever. Like he says it. He said what's in his heart, and then he can joke about it later on. Only on when it's on his terms. Like the song, I made that bitch famous. Like talking about Taylor, like. He can talk about it on his terms. So it's like one of those sensitive things. Like I can bully or I can say things, but when somebody says something to me, how fucking dare you? Like that's I think that's just
kind of like Eminem.
Exactly, just like Eminem.
Okay.
And I think 50 is like that too. I think if you So if
But you know, with 50, he just if
does
someone
the
attacks
job.
him, he goes right back with it. So he's with it. He's with the game.
He with the shits. All right,
He's with the game.
he with
Yeah,
the
he.
shits.
So I don't think it is. I don't think 50's sensitive.
All right, yeah.
I don't think he's sensitive.
I take that one back. Yeah, Em's definitely sensitive as shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Em's sensitive as shit. Kanye's sensitive, and Kanye is saying I'm sensitive about my shit too.
Right.
So, and I think Erykah Badu said that too. But,
Right.
but that's just her music.
Where do you think
I just think,
GLC and Rhymefest and all of them were at when he made these tweets and
consequences?
Right, because these are the people he said he made up with, and John C.
Yeah.
You know, his management, his lawyers. He said he got his old team back. Where were they? Where are they? I should say, because I don't see anybody telling them to delete the tweets. Because I just found it up again.
Right.
So where are they? He went to TMZ again.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Not invited on the same plane, apparently.
Gotcha.
they must be. You know, he you know, it's like, hey, bro, I'm going to go to Chicago. Hey, baby, just shut the fuck up. Line these niggas right quick.
Right. We saw him under the train.
Right.
He was under the train.
I didn't know what train line that was though. I don't know if that was a brown line or not.
And he kept it very tight. The camera phone was right under the chin.
I don't know.
So we don't know who was around him. Paparazzi could have been there.
I don't know.
TMZ, somebody could have been, you know, so we don't know.
Where you were, bro.
Yeah. Security could have been right around him, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was the camera, the phone was very tight to his face. So
them closed angle lenses.
Yeah.
But I don't know what really goes on through this dude's head. And I think that's the beauty of Kanye, is that you can't really predict him. You can't predict him. Like,
it's a beautiful thing, or is it an ugly thing?
Sometimes a car crash is the most beautiful thing you see. We rather see a car crash than we rather see some peaceful shit.
And that's why I didn't want to talk about him, but it's just hard to avoid talking about him, because like I said, we care about him.
Yes.
We all feel bad for Kanye. His mom passed away.
He lost his way after that.
I think his dad is still like sick now or something like that, right? He's going through some things.
Yes.
And he never really had a full relationship even with his dad.
Correct.
This is the most they've, you know, spent time with each other, and it's like this under the circumstances aren't that great.
Correct.
We've seen Kanye as the underdog, you know, yo, let me rap. Dame saying, nah, you do the beats.
Right.
And we're gonna get Cam and them to rap. And he had to do through the wire for them to get it like, okay, oh, this dude can really rap. And that was a great idea. He had the car crash.
Right.
Jumped on that moment. So he's been about moments. Through the Wire was a moment.
Yes, he lives through his moments.
He lives through these moments, you know what I'm saying, of being in the center of attention. Maybe it's an only child thing. Maybe he has some kind of a mental disorder. I mean, I guess they clinically said he was on some meds he was on. Yeah. But he's on some meds. But I feel for the guy, but he's got to shut up.
Yes,
he's got to stop talking.
But that's the problem about it. He's not. And think about the family that he's married into. That's another.
Well, it seems like him having enough. I don't think she.
But she supports the man regardless.
She supports him, but he's putting her in a bad situation. He made a whole song saying, "I knew you wouldn't leave."
Yeah.
After the last incident.
Which is actually one of the best songs on the album.
You know what I'm saying? It really is. The harmony of it, Ty Dolla $ign singing on it and all of it.
Man, I know you wouldn't leave.
Yeah, he hit that. But he's telling her, I know you ain't going nowhere. So she's in a tough spot now. And she wrote for him when Taylor Swift came at him. Yep. She had the snap. She put on Snapchat the videos of recording Taylor saying, "Yeah, go ahead. I love this. That verse sounds great. The chorus sounds great. Right. Do it. Put it out there." Somebody came at Kanye about something else. She tweeting, "No, don't you do it." Da, da, da.
Didn't she come back and forth with the Jay-Z Beyonce thing? Did she come at them?
I don't know if she did that. That wouldn't be brave of her. Well, she was just at the On the Run concert last week.
I think
so.
I think
she's smart. She's like, "Yeah,
no,
I love you, B."
It was right before the whole beef, whatever. Because she was talking about how like their kids ain't play together and whatever.
Well, it might have been a sympathy thing or whatever. So I mean, I guess so.
She was right for her, man. What she was supposed to.
And even now, when Yandi never came out, she tweeted, "It's coming out Black Friday, and it's worth the wait." She's supposed to say
You
that.
have to be your best man's hype. That's your man. You have to be his hype man.
Yeah.
That's just what that is.
Is it? We'll see. But he's putting her in a position of.
You like the attention. Now Kim loves the attention. That family loves the attention.
She likes pictures.
Right.
She never says anything.
This kind of stuff she didn't sign up for, probably.
Right. She likes to be looked at.
Yeah.
Not heard.
Right.
You don't really hear Kim say stuff. She's not. I mean, except for when she goes to the White House to free prisoners and stuff. So hey, but she models. She sells clothes. She has a TV show. It's not about her political stances on things, on talking about history and what needs to be changed and this, that, and the third. So it's a different kind of attention that she garners.
The only difference between her and Miss America pageant is the fact that she actually knows the president. That's the only thing that's different.
Well, Miss America pageant this year, whichever one it was,
she rolled hard.
Shout out to Shorty that said the water in Flint, Michigan is still not clean. Yeah,
she rolled hard.
She said it was a couple of them too. So they stepping up. The funniest thing, I think I said this before, was politics and religion were the two things that were always off limits in public conversations.
Yes, they are.
Now we can't get away from politics, and to an extent, religion is in there too. But politics is talked about more than anything now, mainly because our president is a joke. But even with the previous president, Barack, it was a topic of discussion because we were divided ever since then. Most people don't realize that because of the point of view they were on. Now we're on the opposite side.
Yeah.
So politics for the last 10 years has been spoken about more frequently than it should be.
It's true.
And especially on social media. So Kanye and Trump parallel each other with tweets that get retweeted and being mentioned, and we kind of know Trump's stance. We kind of know his stance because, again, there's rumors of he didn't even really want to be president.
Right.
There's so much, so we really don't know fully his heart into things he's saying. And it's the same way with Kanye because we don't know, is he running? He said he was going to run. We don't really know if he's going to do it. Is he just doing it to sell the albums? We really don't know. I think he's mentally something wrong with the guy. Especially the part where he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put my cape on," and he put the hat on, and he's like, "That sounds like something a little kid would say."
My bipolar.
They're bullying me. They laughed at me, so I'm gonna put my cape on.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, somebody got to really get this guy. Like, something's not right. You know what I'm saying? And
get your child from the door,
man. But I don't want to talk about Kanye no more, man. Unless the music. And again, are you? I think I asked Rel this before. Are you cutting them off?
Shout out to Rel.
Are you cutting Kanye off? Is he invited to the cookout? Is he still one of us? Are we just getting him?
Kanye is the crazy uncle that comes to the barbecue.
But are we inviting him? Huh?
I'm still will listen to Yachty though.
So when Yachty, I was gonna say that next. When Yachty drops, are you listening to it?
I will.
Okay.
I'll listen to it. I want to see I want to see where he's coming from.
Right.
Cause
that's the crazy thing about it. I mean, on Nasir, his verse on "Cop Shot the Kid" was very poignant to the point of talking about the police brutality and the kids getting his stance.
It was like, okay.
So why is he not tweeting about that?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because he continues to say he's free thinking.
Right.
He's not picking a side. However, he's defending the red MAGA hat.
Like that.
He's defending Trump. He's saying we need to talk to him, and he keeps, what I'm saying? But that verse is something you should be talking about. Especially you going back to Chicago, which is, ground zero for a lot of, quote unquote black on black crime.
Quote unquote.
For a lot of gun violence.
Quote unquote, yeah.
That's something you should be tweeting about. That's a focus you should be having if you really care about something.
Right.
And he doesn't do that. So that's my issue with it. If he's trolling, he's already gone too far.
Yeah.
The only thing saving him is we care and he pulls back. So we're all stuck in this bad relationship with someone that's did us wrong, but we can't say no. Cheating on us, talking bad about us.
But we still with you, back.
And then the apology just works.
Yeah.
And I say that as a people. I'm not just saying us two, or I'm just saying as a people, we keep giving him pass. But because he straddles the line of, is he serious? Does he mean it?
That's the same thing with almost any celebrity or anybody of a celebrity stature. Is like,
especially nowadays in this social media era.
Like, oh, fuck that. And then next thing you know, they apologize like, okay, we'll take it back. Like, that always happens. Like, nobody, we're really too forgiving as people. And that's as people in general. Right?
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
His concerts are still sold out.
I think the concert last week, or 2 weeks ago, him and Tank at the Garden, at the Barclays, it sold out.
So we forget. I mean, especially when you got a hit record. If you can hit the jump shot,
all you need. It's all you need.
If you can hit the home run, if you can do something we can all cheer and celebrate,
got the juice or something,
we forgive you. You know what I mean? But Kanye needs help. I think he's mentally off. He needs to seek help.
He has the wrong people. If he has his old team, he has the wrong people around him. Like, who was the old team to be around to tell him differently?
Yeah. We're not defending Kanye. We're not defending Joe Budden. We just telling you that a lot of these situations are perspective.
Speak up.
A lot of it is perspective. Everyone is quick to pick a side or pick a team or, pick a perspective that because they personalize incidents and things. You got to have an open mind, and you got to, and I'm not just saying see both sides or say this, there's nice guys on both sides, like the president would say. No. Use your own common sense and logic and evaluate the big picture.
That's funny. That's what Kanye said too.
I'm not saying be a free thinker. Because again, he talks to the 13th Amendment and everything. I wonder if he saw the documentary. So do research.
Doubt he did.
Watch the documentaries of things. Do research. Look up things of history before you just tweet something. Know what you're talking to. I recommend that to him, and I recommend that to everyone. We start the conversation here. The conversation continues. The platform is here for you to comment, but it's also here for you to think about it and evaluate. Research, look it up. We may be wrong about certain things. Call me out. I love that. Thank you. But then I learn. Right. That's what this is all about. Educate. But Jared, welcome back.
Thank you, my brother.
Give you social media.
Man, Around the World 85, IG, Twitter. Don't hit me up because I don't even use it. But it's the Dutta Man. 5 or 85, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. And you know what it is, Paulie the Bull, 2021 vision, hit us up. I posted a lot of things recently, got a lot more stuff to come up, but the conversation continues. Continue the conversation, continue not free thinking like Kanye.
But free think. Think for yourself.
Research what you think about. That's the part that he forgets.
Right.
Don't just think and spew out your thoughts.
Yeah, don't speak from your heart. Speak from your mind.
Research.
You said definitely speak from your heart, not your mind. Speak from both.
Right. Use your mind and your heart.
Right.
In combination.
There you go.
They're a tag team.
Conjunction junction.
But on that note, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, hit the like button. Share it. Tell your friends about it. Let them know what's going on. Also, hit subscribe and the bell to be notified when new content is loaded, because there's much, much more to come.